Welcome to another episode of the About Mansfield Consumer Advice Series. Today being Wednesday, or at least the day it's being released, we bring in our trademark attorney, that would be Susana Mahady, to talk about different aspects of trademark, how it affects the business owner, but also how it affects the consumer. And today is consumer related. We are going to talk about the benefits of a trademark and how that benefits a consumer. Bringing in today on a cold, rainy day, it is Susana Mahady from the law offices of Susana M. Mahady, our trademark attorney, and haven't seen you in a couple weeks.
I know. I've been out and about, and I am back.
That's right. We missed you 2 weeks ago because you were traveling back. You were on that working excursion to Italy. And
yes.
Last week was here in Texas, the Ice-mageddon, if you will, and that knocked out everything. I couldn't work from home, and I could not make it to the studio. So good to have you back.
Yeah, thank you. Glad
and today,
to make it back safe and sound.
Today we are talking about reasons why a trademark is important for the consumer.
Mm-hmm.
You're on. Let's
get started.
Let's get started.
Yeah, I mean, trademarks. We've talked a lot about trademarks and why they matter, but I think it's important to focus on these 4 specific ways or reasons how they are important to us in our everyday lives. And I think one of the most important thing is the fact that it allows or it provides for us to recognize the quality and the reputation of the product or service that we are buying. They help consumers identify, whether these products are reliable or safe, or whether they're have a good reputation. And I can give you some examples. For instance, when somebody talks about a Rolex, right? Automatically that name is widely recognized as having they make precision watches. They're of good quality. It's a very widely recognized brand with the iconic crown logo, and it's just synonymous with luxury and quality. Another brand, like for instance, is Nike. It's an American sportswear company, and so it's very widely known for its athletic footwear and other garments, and people recognize it as being a leader in the athletic footwear industry.
So the consumer can look at the name or the product. They see they see the TM or the R with the circle around it. The TM means they're in the process of trademarking. The R means they have gone through the entire process and have trademarked it. But what's to keep a copy counterfeiter? I want to create a watch called Rolex, and even though I don't go through the process, I put the R there with the circle around it.
Well, first of all, the TM is just, everybody has common law rights. I think we've talked about that before, where you don't have to register a trademark to have some protection, but it's very limited, and it's not something that you can enforce. If somebody is infringing on your mark, you have very limited rights. And so if you have somebody who is copying your trademark, then if you have it registered, then you can enforce it, and you can send your cease and desist, or you can actually take them to court, because it would be something that would be confusing to a consumer, right? Like, are they copying your name? Are they stealing from your customer base? Are they using something that is they're taking advantage of your goodwill and the reputation that you've already established? And it also diminishes that, the authentic brand's value. And so if somebody is copying your brand, then you want to make sure that yours has been registered so that you can enforce your rights.
Number 2 for the consumer, what's on your list?
So number 2 would be protecting from counterfeiting. Okay. And so this is kind of along the same lines that you may, the trademark helps protect consumers from being misled buy counterfeit products that may look similar, or they may be of a lower quality, or could also pose a safety risk, right? Like you're relying on a brand thinking that it's something that's reputable and it's well made. For instance, like the Apple logo on a piece of technology. If you're confident that you're buying a product that is genuine and comes from Apple, as opposed to some imitation that may not work as well.
Number 3.
Easy recognition. So the trademark makes it easy for consumers to recognize and choose a product that they're already familiar with and something that they know and trust. So as an example, if you're looking, and this actually happened to me, and I'm a little embarrassed to say this, but if you're traveling in another country and, you just want something quick to eat.
Yeah.
Some of these places are not known, other countries are not known for having fast food like we are, or we do. And sometimes you just want something quick. And if you see, McDonald's is everywhere. And if you see those golden arches, you're expecting, the food that you're already familiar with. And it's just a recognizable brand that you may know and trust, assuming you will eat at a McDonald's. And I have been known to go to a McDonald's in another country where I just wanted something quick and something that I recognized as something that I like. So that's just another way that the easy recognition of a trademark is helpful to us, because we can recognize that product and choose it if that's what we want.
And even if it's not a product or a name that you recognize, the fact that they have the TM or the R, especially the R, because they've gone through the process, indicates they're legit.
Right. Definitely. I think any business that has gone through the process of registering the trademark, it conveys that message to, general public that they are protecting, that they are serious about their brand, and that it has value to them. And so it's definitely a sign of it's a legitimate business.
Yeah. Number 4, the number 4 reason why a business displaying their trademark is important to the consumer.
It's brand loyalty. And trademarks can foster brand loyalty among consumers who may choose to buy a product over and over again based on past experiences that they've had with that product or that service. So, an example for this may be cosmetics, right? Like some people just are so loyal to a particular brand because it's something that they've used and that that has worked for them and that they're comfortable with, and so they trust that brand, and so they've created that loyalty among those consumers, and they're going to always go back and buy that product or that brand because of as opposed to even if it's more expensive, if they feel comfortable with that brand, then they're going to continue coming back.
So the advice to the consumer is, if you're not familiar with a product or a service, look for the R, look for the TM that shows them they've actually taken the steps to protect their image and their product, and again, making them more legit than those that don't have a trademark.
Now, just remember, because somebody may put a TM on there, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going through the process.
Yeah.
Anybody can put TM on a brand that's not registered if that's what they're claiming common law rights or just general ownership of the name. And it's very limited to their jurisdiction, or it's not something that they really have strong enforcement rights with. So don't assume that just because they have a TM, it's already something that's going through that process.
Yeah.
But if you use an R and you don't have it registered, you could get in trouble because it's false, it's fraud.
Yeah.
So don't put the little R logo on or symbol on your logo if you don't have it registered. It's best to just play it safe, get it registered, and then you can enforce your rights that way.
In the minute or so that we have left, do you want to recap or any closing advice for the consumer or for the business owner out there?
I just think, just to recap, trademarks, definitely help ensure that, we know the quality of the products or the services that we are purchasing. It helps authenticate, or it helps us understand that these products are authentic, and it just makes it easier to recognize and choose the products that we trust. Definitely to foster that brand loyalty that we all have, I think, with particular products and services that we purchase.
If someone wanted to reach out to trademark attorney Susana Mahady, how can they get a hold of you?
I can be found through my website, which is MahadyLaw.com. That's spelled MAHADYLAW.com. Or you can reach me by email, smahady@MahadyLaw.com.
Susana Mahady, MAHADY, MahadyLaw.com. We do this every Wednesday. This is our 10-minute nugget of information. Your coffee break is over. Go back to work. And Susana, let's do it again next week.
Let's do it.
We appreciate you listening to the About Mansfield Consumer Advice Series. By the way, if you own a business and you are interested in being a part of the Consumer Advice Series, if you have the knowledge to give information in 10-minute increments to the consumers, shoot me an email to info@aboutmansfield.com. Again, that is info@aboutmansfield.com. We'll tell you how we can get you all set up. Appreciate it. We do it again next week right here on the podcast.